Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. The Young and the Restless spoilers, December 8th. Victor strikes back against Matt Clark. In Genoa City, grudges age like fine wine, and nowhere is that truer than in the Newman family orbit. As December 8th rolls in, The Young and the Restless turns up the heat with a long brewing showdown between Victor Newman and the resurrected menace, Matt Clark. What started as a sinister game has escalated into a full-on war, and the mustache is finally done playing defense. Now it's Victor's turn to make a move, one that could reshape the battlefield, expose hidden loyalties, and send shockwaves through every family connected to the conflict. This week's spoilers promise tension, revenge, and the return of the classic Victor Newman ruthlessness fans have missed. And with Matt more dangerous than ever, neither man plans to blink first. Victor reaches his breaking point. For weeks, Victor has been quietly assessing the threat Matt Clark poses, not just to the Newman empire, but to his family's emotional stability. Matt's reappearance has rattled the younger generation, upended carefully laid plans, and forced Victor into uncomfortable territory, reacting instead of strategizing. Spoilers say that ends on December 8th. Victor reclaims his crown as Genoa City's ultimate puppet master, switching gears from observer to aggressor. After receiving disturbing new intel, something that ties Matt to a recent surge of sabotage, Victor decides enough is enough. His patience evaporates, and so does any hope that Matt might be disarmed through negotiation. Victor's choice is crystal clear: if Matt wants a war, he's going to get one. But what Victor doesn't know is that Matt has already anticipated a counterstrike, and may have set a trap of his own. The trap is set, but for whom? Matt Clark has always excelled at psychological warfare, and this new iteration of him is colder, sharper, and far more methodical. He's been waiting for Victor to make the first move, believing that the old man's pride will steer him into a vulnerable position. If anyone understands Victor's patterns, it's Matt, his studied Newman tactics like a scientist. What he hasn't accounted for, however, is Victor's evolution. Victor's strike may not be the fiery, impulsive attack Matt expects. Spoilers tease that Victor leveraged an unexpected ally, someone who owes him a favor, someone with intimate knowledge of Matt's weak points. Whoever this shadowy operative is, their involvement threatens to expose secrets Matt has buried so deep he's willing to kill to keep them hidden. Yet the ambiguity remains: is Victor walking into Matt's trap, or is Matt walking into Victor's? Genoa City may soon find out the hard way. Nick and Victoria sound the alarm. Victor's children have seen him go up against powerful enemies before, but something about this situation feels different. Nick, still reeling from the chaos Matt stirred up in his own life, thinks his father is taking too big a risk, but the mustache refuses to be lectured. Victoria, on the other hand, is torn. She wants to trust her father's instincts, but her CEO mindset warns her that escalating the conflict could put Newman Enterprises in the line of fire. If Victor makes a move that backfires publicly, it could trigger a stock shakeup or leave the company vulnerable to opportunistic rivals. In a rare show of unity, Nick and Victoria team up, attempting to intervene before their father crosses a point of no return. They confront him in his office, urging caution, but Victor makes his stance known with ice-cold clarity: this is my war to fight. Neither sibling can sway him, and that terrifies them. A mysterious file leads to a major breakthrough. Behind the scenes, Victor's plan depends on a single breakthrough: a confidential file delivered anonymously to the Newman ranch at dawn. The contents are explosive, evidence tying Matt to a series of strategic strikes aimed at destabilizing the Newmans in ways subtle enough to evade police scrutiny. Everything from financial interference to planted misinformation suddenly clicks into place. Matt wasn't operating alone. There's a partner, someone who's been hiding in plain sight. This revelation gives Victor the ammunition he needs to move from suspicion to action. The mustache no longer wants to expose Matt, he wants to corner him. But the anonymous source raises new questions. Who would risk crossing Matt Clark? And why deliver the intel directly to Victor? Adam bristles at being left out. While Victor mobilizes, Adam Newman finds himself infuriatingly sidelined. For someone who thrives on strategy and survival, being excluded from the game is infuriating. He believes he can be the decisive force that turns the tide, but Victor, sensing Adam's emotional volatility, locks him out of the operation entirely. That doesn't sit well with Adam. Spoilers tease that he begins conducting his own parallel investigation, digging deeper into Matt's connections and motives. This could either fortify Victor's plan, or blow it sky high. If Adam stumbles into the wrong territory, he might not just jeopardize Victor's strike, he could end up in Matt's crosshairs himself. Matt's countermove, a sinister message. Just when Victor begins to advance his plan, Matt makes a chilling move of his own. A cryptic message arrives, a single sentence delivered through a hacked Newman security feed: "You're too late." Even Victor, the unshakable titan, pauses at the implied threat. Has Matt already executed his next phase? Is someone close to Victor in danger? Or is the message meant to distract him from the real target? Spoilers suggest Matt's next strike may not be against a Newman at all, but someone connected to the Newmans, someone whose vulnerability could send shockwaves through the family. Victor recognizes the psychological ploy immediately, but the threat hits its target. It forces him to move faster, more aggressively, and with less caution. Exactly what Matt wants. A clash of titans on the horizon. The December 8th episode sets the stage for a legendary confrontation, Victor Newman at full power versus a calculating villain who's convinced he can beat him at his own game. But this is Victor we're talking about. Every time someone thinks they've cornered him, he finds another escape route, another ally, another tool to shift the outcome. Matt Clark is smart. But Victor Newman is ruthless. As the episode ends, spoilers say viewers will be left with a heart-stopping final moment. Victor face to face with the truth about Matt's larger plan, and a realization that the battle is bigger than a personal vendetta. This is no longer just about revenge. It's about survival. Final thoughts. Genoa City is bracing for a storm as Victor strikes back in a way only he can, strategic, intimidating, and deeply personal. Matt Clark may believe he's the mastermind, but he has underestimated the king of the chessboard. And with the Newman clan caught in the fallout, the upcoming episodes promise danger, power plays, and emotional stakes at an all-time high. December 8th will be remembered as the day the war officially began. And neither man plans to lose. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment and share.